Hey guys, Alex Onderud, your disc guy. Hey, today we're going to be quote unquote talking about people. Hey, I've got a client. Her name was Sheri. She was working with one of the real estate teams in Florida. And as I was working with her, she was really struggling because she was a low I personality, meaning that she was somebody who wasn't outgoing, wasn't talkative, didn't enjoy like that conversational piece. And she kept trying to learn the scripts, trying to learn what she needs to do. And I was having this conversation with her, and she's like, I just don't know if I'm cut out to do real estate. She'd been on a couple of different teams, and it's like everything that she was doing, she was taught. You need a cold call, you need to reach out, you need to reach out to your market, you need to learn the scripts, you need to be able to ask the questions, connect with people, talk to people, be able to engage with people, look around the room, figure out what they like, and talk to them about that. Find the things you have in common. Again and again and again, her leaders kept telling her, you need to learn how to talk. You need to learn how to connect with people when you're out in public, be able to just say hi. But it wasn't her. And she was burning herself out. She didn't enjoy it and really felt uncomfortable doing it. And it's interesting because she actually loved being in groups. She loved being around people. She thought of herself as an introvert, but she couldn't seem to recharge her batteries unless she was out around people. And I had to explain to her, there's a difference between the high I and the low I. High I, outgoing, gregarious; low I, more introspective, versus an introvert extrovert. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And the first thing I want to do is I want to tell you, an introvert is somebody who recharges their batteries by being alone. An extrovert recharges their batteries by being around people. Now, a high I is outgoing and gregarious. They love talking and socializing. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're an extrovert. You can be a high I introvert. And what that means is that you're outgoing, gregarious, you love to talk to people. It's your behavior, it's how you show up, and you do it naturally. It's easy for you. But if you do it too much and you don't take that time to protect you time, protect that self care time, then you burn yourself out. Introverts tend to have a close circle of really deep friends, like really deep connections with people. They tend to like to recover by either being with just a very small group or being one on one or being by themselves. Like it's how they recharge. Now, you can also have the flip side where you have an low I, somebody who's not very talkative, not outgoing, not as engaging with people, but they're an extrovert. I know this one really well because this used to be me. And I would go to Applebee's. I can't tell you how many times I went to Applebee's. I just sat in the corner, just watched people. I love being around the people. I got so much energy from it, but I really didn't feel like talking. Didn't have much to say. Didn't really feel like engaging. And but I needed to be around people. Like it's how I recharged. I couldn't recharge by myself. And it's interesting because when you're a low I, a lot of times people go, oh, they're antisocial. They don't like being around people. But if you're a low I extrovert, that means that you love to be around people and you need it to recharge, but you're not really social. You're not outgoing. You're not talkative. And it goes, okay, but then how do you get connected? How do you build those relationships? And that's really what Sheri and I were talking about is it's about building relationships. How, when you're a low I personality, more introspective, how do you build meaningful connections with people? And I told her, here's the thing, you can learn all the scripts and you can learn how to say all the right words, but that's not you. Why push yourself to do something you're not comfortable with? She says, well, I need to talk to them. I go, no, you need to engage with them. She goes, what do you mean? I said, you need to engage with them. You engage by listening, don't you? And she goes, yeah, I do. Like it was like this aha moment for her. And it's like you engage by listening. So what you need to do is you don't need to learn the right script. You need to learn to ask better questions. You got to learn to ask questions to find out more about them, what intrigues them, what interests them, what are their pain points, what are they excited about, what are they looking for. The more questions you ask, you can actually have people self-discover what it is that they want to work with you. Just asking questions and allowing people to talk. A lot of times people spend so much time trying to have this back and forth conversation, figuring out what the next person is. And when that conversation is really all about the other person and you just keep asking questions, at some point, it's kind of freeing for them and they start to engage. So what I did was I gave her just a bunch of questions. I gave her a series of questions, specific ones to ask in specific orders and certain ways to do it, part of the sales process that I teach and different ways to engage. And as she was doing that, she found that sales became easier, that connections came easier, She'd go on a listing appointment, and she'd just say, "So when do you want to get started?" And they go, "Well, what's the next step? How do we do this?" And it's like she didn't have to put in the effort. She didn't have to push. She didn't have to overcome objections. She built connections by asking questions. So I want to do a couple of things in this video. The first thing I want to do is I want to give those of you that are a high I, outgoing, gregarious personality that need alone time, I need to give you permission. You're an introvert. Take your time. You need it. It's important for your health. It's important for your sustainability. I want to give the low I permission. If you're an extrovert and you need to be around people, ask better questions, but go be out. Be around the people. Figure it out. But I also want to give those low I personality permission not to learn the scripts. You got to learn the scripts. You got to pass the process. And there's important aspects of the scripts because it is important to know what to say and when to say it. So I'm not going to knock the scripts, but I'd say majority of your conversations, a majority of your sales are going to come down to asking better questions. Jump in, listen, ask a question, listen, tailor where the conversation goes using your questions and your dialogue. Be intentional with what you speak and use it to help navigate your client to find their own answers, to be able to sign up with you, to be able to take the next steps. Or if you're a leader, use it to be able to help the people that are following you feel empowered, to be able to find their own resources and achieve their own results. Anyway, today I just wanted to share the story about Sheri, and I wanted to share just a little bit of insight to the I categories and what they may mean or may not mean to you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Let me know. I'm going to listen. I'm going to look. I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. And I hope this video has helped shine some light onto different types of personalities and maybe even shine some light into who you are and why you show up the way you do. Anyway, I hope you remember that reality isn't fact. Reality isn't real. Reality is what you make it. Make it a great day, guys. Bye for now.